Okay, well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Flying Pig Marathon PigWorks Sponsor Summit. My name is Doug Olberding. I'm a board member with the Flying Pig Marathon. I'm also a professor at Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. And today with me is Barbara Hauser. She is a P&G Community Relations Manager. She puts herself firmly in the fabric of the community. She has participated in the Flying Pig and Queen Bee events, and she leads P&G's involvement in PigWorks activities. As we like to say, you can't spell pig without P&G. And Barbara takes the lead in the Flying Pig and the Queen Bee partnerships. So today what we're going to do is discuss the business side of PigWorks, the parent organization of the Flying Pig Marathon, Queen Bee Half Marathon, and the TQL Beer Series. And as I said, during my day job at Xavier University, I teach and study the business of sports. And every year I conduct an economic impact study with my colleagues to look at the impact of the marathon on the greater Cincinnati area. And we find that the marathon contributes about $12 million in annual impact, which is a lot of income for our local businesses, especially in hospitality, restaurants, shops, and more. The Flying Pig Marathon is not only an economic driver, but it also creates global awareness for Cincinnati as a city which celebrates fitness. So normally we'd be gathering together over the first weekend in May, but we've pivoted in the pandemic. This October weekend is traditionally the weekend of the Queen Bee Half Marathon and 4-miler, but we are virtually celebrating all three races, including the Flying Pig and the UD14 and 7K. I should also note that we'll have more than 12,000 people completing a virtual race this weekend. So congratulations to all of those finishers. We all wish we could be with you at the finish line to congratulate you. So Procter & Gamble is a hometown company with a long history of supporting its hometown marathon. From sponsoring Flying Pig Marathon weekend and the Health and Fitness Expo to the fall's Queen Bee Half Marathon, P&G has been there for community events like this. So Barbara, welcome. We're really happy to have you, and we're happy to have you sort of share your insights on sponsoring the Flying Pig Marathon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Doug.
Well, so Team P&G is a force on Flying Pig Marathon race weekend.
Absolutely.
We see hundreds of your colleagues wearing the branded P&G shirts on the course. So why is it important for P&G to sponsor a community event like the Flying Pig?
I think it's important for P&G to sponsor an event like this because it's all about the health and wellness of the community. And it's all about coming together and cheering each other on and supporting each other. And there's the physical aspect of it, the sport aspect of it, but it's also the celebration aspect of it, of accomplishing something, and then also supporting the nonprofits that help the Cincinnati community thrive. And the P&G employees really rally behind it. Team P&G is over a decade old. They've been instrumental in participating in all of the events and races, and they do their own runs together and create community on their own within P&G.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's just you just see that army of P&G employees and affiliates out there with their special shirts, and it's just it's amazing to watch. And so during Flying Pig Marathon weekend, P&G activates its sponsorship in a variety of really creative ways. Can you talk about the sampling village at the expo?
Yes, absolutely. It's one of the fan favorites. There's always a line for the P&G booth at the expo, and it's an opportunity for trial and sample of brands like Pantene and Olay and Crest and Old Spice. And people will definitely wait a long time for our samples, and we appreciate it. But we also want to be able to give back to them and an opportunity to have our product for free, and then to experience the P&G brands.
And it is wonderful. It's a huge part. They come out of the ASICS store and walk into the expo, and they're greeted by the village there. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So P&G is also really creative with on-course activations, like the Crest Smile Mile on Gilbert Avenue and the Olay billboards with inspirational messages. Talk about some of those.
Absolutely. I mean, the Crest Smile Mile, I think they've been doing that for over 10 years. We encourage you to still do it this year with your virtual race. Take your picture, tag it Crest Smile Mile. We've had the Old Spice Endurance Mile, which, is towards the end of the course where we're really trying to help rally you to make it to the finish line. Puffs and Bounty, we know that lots of people need tissues and paper towels along the course. So they've been pretty clever in the way that they've handed those out to make sure people have what they need while they're running. Our brands are there for you when you're at home, but also when you're doing these types of events. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting everyone while they're running.
And so as you look at your partnership, the partnership that P&G has with PigWorks, what makes the sponsorship so successful from your perspective?
I think it's because the race itself is so successful. It's one of the, #1 races in the country. I have been fortunate enough to be down at the finish line and talk to some of the winners, and the support that they say that they get along the race course is unmatched in any other city. So just how the city and even the nation comes together for this race, it makes P&G proud that we're able to be a part of it and that we're supporting and sponsoring it and helping everybody come together.
Yeah, it is a very interesting weekend. The Pig really owns that first weekend in May, and it's so wonderful. Even people that aren't runners that really sort of follow that, with the broadcast and everything like that. So, do you all have any metrics that you use to sort of judge the value of the sponsorship when you're sort of looking at sponsoring the Pig versus maybe other things that might be on the horizon?
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely looking at the number of participants. Is the race growing? Are the crowds growing? How well does our expo booth do? How many samples, the interaction we're having with the crowd? All of those are metrics that we're looking at when we evaluate the sponsorship for sure.
Well, Barbara, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us today. It's been wonderful. Honestly, I can't wait I got this picture up behind me just for inspiration. I can't wait to be there at the starting swine sometime, hopefully in the near future. And I can't wait for the next time that we're able to be together and we can swap war stories about the Pig. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to this weekend as well. Thank you.
I am too. Very good. Thank you very much, Barbara.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.